by white tears. Most of us are moved by white tears because we don't actually think they're real. It's a performance. It's a switch that you turn on because you know that we have been socialized to see you as more human and of more value. So whatever it is you think and whatever it is you feel, we are supposed to respond to it. Y'all don't respond to Black women crying the same way. Nobody does. Nobody does. The minute a white woman cries, the world has to stop. Oh my God, what's wrong with you, baby? Black women cry, we could be rolling around on the ground screaming. And you are moved because you've been socialized not to see us as human beings. Fuck. Our tears don't matter.
Looked like a podcast going on between her and two other women. The sister and then the other two women were white women. But the sister basically, she had the mic and she was talking about, she referred to it as white fragility. We would call it white tears as well. How when white women break down, when they start crying, the whole world stops, and the differences between Black women. And I just think not even Black women, but just women of color, period, but mainly for the most part, Black women though, because other women of color still even get treated with more sympathy, than the Black woman. It's always, we're at the bottom of the totem pole, and it's almost like we don't get to cry. And I think that you guys as Black men probably can relate to that too.
Definitely.
What you think?
Definitely.
Yeah, bro. Especially as Black men looking at our sisters, I see where, this country looks at our sisters like they should be everything. You got to be strong. You can't be expressive. There's all these guardrails or these where the seems like the system points at the sisters, but then they depend on our sisters as well,
Yeah.
And it's never been fair, for a Black woman, especially, it's almost like she's the last citizen, you know what I'm saying, on the totem pole, and it's jacked up because I'm quite sure, just like it does for us, it puts the sisterhood in turmoil. You know what I'm saying? Where now you got sisters in fighting with one another because you're competing. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Just like us. Of course we got Bloods, Crips. This, that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So there's always. It just seems like the system sets up us to have these verses. You know what I mean?
Right.
And to break up our unity. Yeah, man.
Yeah. I mean, we've had no choice, but to be strong. But then the thing is, it's like the double whammy. It's like a catch-22, be strong. But then when we have to flex our strength, when we have to use our voice, when we have to express ourselves, then everybody wants us to become docile, like, no, now we're being too aggressive. You know what I'm saying?
Look how they treating Megan Thee Stallion right now.
Oh, man. It's so terrible what that sister's going through. And it's like all these people who were not there to witness what she went through, are just tearing her down, tearing her apart.
And she's the one that got shot.
She's the one that got shot. But, in this situation, they don't even want to look at her as the victim.
No.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like be strong but shut up at the same time.
That's
don't talk about it. Don't talk about your pain. You know what I'm saying? And don't you dare cry. What you crying for? Nope. You know what I mean?
Yep.
This is what we go through. But when it happens to anybody else, it's okay. It's received. It's more comforting. Nobody comforts us. You know what I'm saying? Nobody comforts us. We have to find ways to comfort ourselves. And then, Oliver, you brought up a very good point of how sisters even start going against. There's so many sisters against Megan Thee Stallion right now. It's crazy to me,
mm-hmm.
And Where's the love? Where's the sisterhood? And when I talk about things like this, it's not to divide. It's not to sow discord amongst Black women and white women, or Black women and Asian women. It's not about that. But if we are going to ever get past any of this stuff, you know, if nobody, all people, oh, well, it's not about color, but it is, you know, and it's like, but we as women, no matter what color, we got to start learning how to really be there for one another, really listen to one another, hold space for one another, you know, give each other the opportunity to be vulnerable. We can't even be vulnerable. It's too scary to be vulnerable with our own, let alone white folks. You know what I mean? So it's with the white tears, though, I think what the sister was getting at is that, you know, a lot of what's going on in the world, a lot of stuff, the racism that's being exposed, you know, a lot of these white Karens running around doing the things they do. And then when they get exposed, then they're crying, they're, you know, their tears, and they want to talk about their pain and their hurt. They haven't even been through the same thing that Black women have been through. Not that that makes it their tears invalid, but the thing is, don't cry just to try to deflect or gloss over the issue at hand, because you really don't want to deal with it. So here you come with the tears to not really deal with it, because you really don't want to you really don't want to hold yourself responsible, accountable for the role that white women play. They play a role in this whole racism thing just as much as the white man.
Of course.
So it was a lot of that, you know, that whole, you got to, you know, I invite our listeners, Pudge, are you going to put the video up too?
Oh, yes. Yes,
the video. Great. Yes, I invite y'all to really.
Oh, yes, we're gonna. Yeah, we gotta get, you know, put the background so that we don't be just we're not coming out the head with these issues.
Right.
You know?
And you know what? right. And you know what? And I challenge the viewers who's looking at this, sisters, if you got some questions that you want to ask Ro, or you know, if you want to agree or disagree with some of the things that Ro is talking about, then hit us up. You know what I'm saying? On
absolutely
Instagram.
Hit us on Instagram, YouTube, and if you have, you know, if you really, you know, are not about, you know, doing it that way, we can hit us up on Gmail. Hit us up on the Gmail and just drop us a line, you know, and you know, and voice your concerns. We want you to voice either which way. This is what this is about. We're not gonna go anywhere until we voice. Period. Negative or positive. I don't care what it is. You got to get it out, because if it doesn't come out, then it just boils.
Right.
That's it.
And that's what's happening to that Megan Thee Stallion thing right now, man.
Yeah.
These people, our people, is going in such the opposite direction of where we're supposed to go, man. It looks so sad. It just, you know, like you say, it's like the white tears all again. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because if it had been a white woman that was shot, I'm sorry, babe, I didn't mean to cut you.
No, you. That's it.
That's it.
Go tell it.
You know, if it had been a white woman that was shot, be it by a Black man or a white man, the world would be in hysterics right now. You know what I'm saying? This white woman she wouldn't be crucified. They are literally persecuting Megan Thee Stallion, and you know, and then bringing up stuff that is irrelevant. I don't care if her and her best friend slept with this dude. What does that matter?
It has nothing to do with it. Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, like just like the woman in Minnesota, when the black cop shot that white woman accidentally, they prosecuted that black cop so fast. It was within a week.
Telling you.
It's within a week. Within a week. She was a school teacher. She was she was the white woman, was this and that. When a black woman gets shot, she gets shot. Not even her, just like with Breonna. They came in her house, did that, and then they were like, "Oh, well, Brianna's boyfriend is this, and then she's been, you know, what?"
Right.
What about the human? See, what about the human? Because we're not looked at. That's why I tell everybody we're not looked at as human. That's why we have that barrier of, you know, blacks are anybody dark skinned. The darker your skin, the less of a human you are. They look at that. To me, that's how they look at it. That's how they look at it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right now.
That's right.
So you
But
know,
no,
yeah,
it's true. That's how they look at us. And then, and you know, as being a brother, and you know, when we hear these things, when I hear Rashonda speak about the plight that they have, it even makes us as black men, you know, it makes me want to go harder, right? Because and be a little bit more defiant because it seems like the people that have power that are in position, they're not being the protectors. They're not speaking out enough, in my point of view, right? Because you know they're not as just as loud as like the LGBT, for instance.
Yeah.
And I was having this conversation with my cousin. You know, it's almost like an LGBT woman will get or LGBT. Okay, there's a swimmer, this white dude who turned into he was swimming. He wasn't winning no meets. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
He turned into a woman.
Mm-hmm.
And
White
broke a record.
person though.
Now you're breaking records.
Now he women now she winning all the meets.
Right.
But you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So this is this privilege that we're talking about. You know what I
Yep.
mean?
Absolutely.
He was crying when he was losing meets as a
man.
boy. So
Yeah.
he went and became a woman. It looks all like a dude. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Now, but it's taken away from the other swimmers, the real women.
The real woman.
Mm-hmm. Even that's an issue, y'all. These transgender women now are literally coming into the spaces of biological women.
Yeah. So what do you think that does to the minority women?
Oh man,
It makes them less.
makes it even more. You said it.
That's what
You
happens.
know.